A YouTube influencer pleads guilty to aggravated child abuse. Taxis are taking to the skies, and how to make traveling easier this holiday season.
You're watching St. George News at 5.
Good afternoon, I'm Amy Bennett. YouTube influencer and mother Ruby Franke pled guilty today to multiple accounts of child abuse. Here's Cody Blowers with more from the hearing.
On Monday, 41-year-old Ruby Franke, the defendant and mother of 6 who was charged with 6 counts of aggravated child abuse, appeared for a waiver hearing held in 5th District Court. Here is District Judge John J. Walton.
Mr. Windward, we ready to proceed?
We are ready to proceed.
All right, then. Ms. Franke, how do you plead to count 1, aggravated child abuse, a second-degree felony?
Guilty.
To count 3, aggravated child abuse, a second-degree felony?
Guilty.
To count 5, aggravated child abuse, a second-degree felony?
Guilty.
And to count 6, aggravated child abuse, a second-degree felony?
With my deepest regret and sorrow for my family and my children, guilty.
There won't be any argument about whether prison is the appropriate sentence, and there's an agreement about the 4 counts running consecutive.
Franke's co-defendant, 54-year-old Jody Ann Hildebrandt of Ivins, is scheduled to appear in court for a waiver hearing on December 27th.
A new St. George company is looking to fill the skies with taxis. Here's Haven Scott on how Intergalactic plans to provide comfort and quickness to taxi rides with this new technology.
Long gone are the days when the tech industry is trying to perfect self-driving cars. Urban air mobility vehicles are the latest innovation in the tech race, and St. George-based Intergalactic is there to provide comfort. A producer of thermal management systems for avionics, Intergalactic recently announced the company has been selected as the supplier for Eve Air Mobility, a leader in the development of next-generation UAM aircraft. Chief Growth Officer Brad Plothow told St. George News they will be providing systems for Eve's Eve 100, which can hold 4 passengers and 1 pilot. According to the maker, the aircraft can take off vertically and has the potential to carry 6 passengers when flying unmanned. Plothow noted the partnership between the two companies could have the potential for more jobs and capital investment in southern Utah in the near future.
Thanks, Haven. Many say that the restaurant industry is feast or famine, and St. George is no exception. Here's Chris Reed on how a few local eateries went up and down in a matter of just 19 months.
St. George Boulevard is starting to live up to the phrase that restaurants have a year to succeed or fail, as multiple eateries that had their signs put up in the last 2 years have had those signs come down in the last 2 weeks. Rock Taco and Flake Pies are gone. Thirst is gone in favor of emphasizing pretzels, and turmeric has left the boulevard behind for Washington City, with another Indian restaurant owner swooping in. It's just another case study of survival of the fittest in the restaurant industry.
Thanks, Chris. This week we continue with our 12 Days of Holiday Recipes. St. George News Editor-in-Chief Joseph Witham has your hunger covered with a quick and easy recipe for some delicious deviled eggs. Start by boiling a pot of water and dropping 12 eggs in for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, set the eggs into a bowl of ice water and cool for 5 minutes. Then separate the egg whites from the yolks and put the yolks into a mixing bowl with mayonnaise, mustard, pepper, and salts. Once you're done smashing that together, place the mixture into the egg whites and sprinkle each egg with a little paprika for that classic spice. These deviled eggs are the perfect tangy finger food for any holiday spread. With Santa coming next Monday, lots of Americans will be on the road. Here's Maury Kessler with some tips on how you can make traveling a little easier this holiday season.
The AAA is reporting that over 115 million Americans are planning to travel for Christmas and New Year's, with the vast majority taking to the roads. In order to hopefully help counter some of the travel stress that can threaten to turn you into a Grinch this holiday season, the AAA and other groups advise planning ahead and avoiding being on the road during peak travel times, especially since they are predicting that travel times nationwide will take up to 20% longer this year. When on the road, remember the basics of road safety and also make sure that your vehicle is roadworthy before leaving. For those of you who are taking to the skies, it is advised to arrive early to the airport and to be patient and courteous as you make your way through the terminal. For when you get on the plane, keeping seat etiquette in mind is also encouraged, along with packing a set of headphones for in-flight entertainment so as not to disturb your fellow flyers.
Thanks, Maury. The Electric Theater is putting on the Color Country Chorus Christmas Tonight at 7. But don't worry, it's not too late to make plans. The doors open at 6:30 and it's first come first serve, so run down there for the opening night of the Winter Concert Series. Tonight's special holiday performance is set to immerse the community in the feeling of joy and wonder, and it's free to attend. If you can't make it tonight, don't worry, because the concert series will end on January 15th. And now I'm going to send it over to Aaron to give us the breakdown of what happened this past week in sports.
Thanks, Amy. On the last day of the Coach Walker basketball tournament, 3 Region 9 teams ended with a win. Cedar beat Spanish Fork 62-52, with the leading scorer Eastern Albrecht lighting it up for 29 points, which included 4 3-pointers. Crimson Cliffs dominated Cottonwood, beating them 82-61. The center, Sean Feltz, was banging the boards down low and also dropped 29 points. And Pineview beat Payson 75-53, and the Panthers got everyone involved, with 3 players reaching double digits in scoring. And Desert Hills and Snow Canyon both ended the tournament with losses as they head into region play this week. In college hoops, SUU men's basketball lost in a heartbreaking buzzer beater to Northern Arizona. The Thunderbirds' Braden Housley knocked down a 3 to tie the game at 74. With 6 seconds left on the clock, the Lumberjacks missed a layup but got a tip in right at the final buzzer, beating the Thunderbirds 76-74. The Lady T-Birds also lost in a blowout to Utah. The Utes led at the half 50-23, with the final score being 96-60. Utah Tech women's basketball had a historical game, beating Bethesda 110-35. This win beat the school's point margin record, which was held for nearly 15 years. They also held Bethesda to 16.5% shooting, which was another school record. Utah Tech men's basketball, on the other hand, has been struggling as they dropped below 500 after their loss to North Dakota. Now back to you, Amy.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. I'm Amy Bennett with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5.